Happy Homebrew Wednesday.
It is indeed a Homebrew Wednesday.
It is. So, this week, not much going on in the brewing world. We've got stuff brewing. We've been working on a recipe.
We have.
Had to change things up completely. I think we've got a really crazy...
I think it's a great beer. I mean, I think we got something going on there.
I think we got a serious recipe going on for the SJ Pour experiment.
It's gonna age well, I think.
Yeah, it's a big one, and I've got a big event, not this weekend, but the following. So, boy, I don't know how quickly we can brew this. We'll have to see. But it's gonna be a big beer, so that'll be fun. Pretty excited about that. And actually, our double IPA has been drinking really good. But speaking of drinking, I got something for Christian to drink tonight.
Oh, good.
He's doing pretty good with this whole sobriety challenge. I have to commend him. He's done well.
You know, when I don't think about it, I don't have to think about it, and that helps.
I kind of really ruin that for him all the time. Look what I got him.
Is that a Jones soda?
Nope. This is the Hot Lips Black Raspberry Soda.
Oh, that's nice.
Now you're all going, you're getting Sun Hot Lips, but Christian knows what Hot Lips is, right?
It's a good pizza place, actually.
Yeah, I know the owner, Dave, and they make some outstanding pizza.
And some decent soda.
I've never had their soda, but I saw it in Whole Foods, so I thought, I gotta get this for Christian.
Yeah, we need to go visit Hot Lips one of these days here soon.
Yeah, go back. They do. They make some really awesome pizza.
Well,
we'll let them do a little analysis of this for us.
Let's hear it.
I'm gonna get a nose.
It smells like black raspberry.
Wow.
It almost smells like a pie.
Oh, it does. Makes me think
a
of a boysenberry pie. Yeah.
Or Marionberry.
Oh, yeah, Marionberry, right. That raspberry with the blackberry,
It's like hidden caramelized sugar in there. That's going to stain some clothes. Don't let that get on you. That's good. It's not even like a soda. It's like extract from a pie. They just let it drizzle out.
Yeah, I mean,
good.
Sparkling water, black raspberries, #2, grown in Willamette Valley, Oregon, cane sugar, organic lemon juice.
That's it.
So there you go. That's good stuff.
I just had dinner and I'm ready to go get some pizza now.
Oh my. Well, we got the next best thing. Tonight we want to talk about fine-tuning that palate.
That's true.
How do you do that? And we get people that say to us, man, I don't have the palate that you guys have. And I'm like, but you can. You can. It's a process. You know,
yeah.
Our palates have definitely improved.
Yeah. But it also takes time in tasting things a lot.
It takes time to develop it. So what we wanted to do with you tonight is share some of how we go about doing that. So for example, in here, we've got some standard dried apricots.
One of my favorites.
And if you're going to say there's apricot in a beer, you need to know what apricots taste like.
And I find that dried fruit flavors seem to be more prevalent in a beer than like the actual fruit itself.
Most often because
it's almost like a concentrated sugar.
Exactly.
And that's what you're going to taste.
What we've got here instead, these are Turkish apricots.
Now, I'd say a regular apricot is more flavorful.
Has a more bright apricot taste, actually.
It's a bright apricot taste, but it's concentrated sugars in there.
Yeah, so now we're going to do the Turkish.
The Turkish apricot almost lends towards a fig, and it's very mellow in flavor, but sweet.
Yeah, you know, and for me, a Turkish apricot has a little bit of honey Steltz-esque taste, as well as has some raisin-esque type flavors to it as well. Raisins are something that I think of with dark fruits when we get in dark beers. But even you get raisins in a lot of the Belgian lighter beers.
And I try going and finding the more natural raisins because you don't want to get like the sun-made ones that maybe they add a little sugar to them or something, you know?
Another raisin that's worth trying for fine-tuning your palate, I think, is the golden raisins.
I do like golden raisins.
And you might hear me describe in beers often golden raisins, like a light golden raisin.
These flaming raisins are good.
Another item, though, that is often put into a similar category are currants. And currants look very much like dried raisins.
Now I got a few, so I really want to get good taste on these currants.
Currants go more towards your standard dark raisins.
Yeah.
It's a little deeper, richer flavor.
Almost leans towards a cherry in some points, like
Yeah.
dried cherry.
That's true, but more on the raisin side still.
Very sweet. I like
So again, figs are something that you hear about quite often.
Yeah.
There are a number of figs, but probably one of the most common figs that, if it's actually brewed into a beer, is the mission fig. So here's your fig. It's a dried fruit.
And they're actually really good fresh. My grandma used to have a tree of figs in her backyard, and we'd just snatch them off the ground and eat them.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us as we're having a fun time eating over here.
And I can do this.
Prunes. People go, prunes? Oh my God. Now, granted, we're having a lot of fruit, so things are going to be flowing smoothly tomorrow. But
The prunes have such a deep flavor to them. You
Oh,
can
yeah.
just smell the sugar on them.
what we're doing right now is trying to fine-tune our palate again.
And that's something you probably should do regularly, especially if you go through a lot of beers and you're analyzing like we do. You kind of have to go through and get back to your basis and go, okay, what does this fruit really taste like? And then this way, when we come back later, we can go, oh, that's right. That did have the prune flavor. That did have the currant flavor. Instead, I'm changing my mind on what I was tasting.
We're going to switch over to date. I think the medjool date might be a little more common. There are a few others. But one of the dates that has been brewed into like some porters and things that I've seen is called the Deglet date, or Deglet Nor date. Dates are very sweet, but brown sugar-esque.
Light brown sugar-esque.
Right.
Kind of lends towards honey.
Mm-hmm.
But
Absolutely.
it's kind of had some breadiness
Bready
to it.
flavors, yeah. Absolutely. You know, when you're eating the date itself, the texture plays a big part. So you have to try to focus on the actual flavor. Besides dried fruits, there are other things that you can do. One of the tools that I use, and something I enjoy, is jellies. Jellies are a great way to help the palate. We get these Hawaiian jams that will have guava jams. They'll have passion fruit. They'll have pineapple or pineapple mixed with passion fruit, things of that nature. Another great way to refresh your memory, what does passion fruit taste like? It's not enough to have an apothecary where you can smell things and try to identify the aromas. You've really got to go out and eat it and taste it.
Yeah. I really suggest going to like your produce department and talk to the produce guy. I'm like, oh, I've never tried this before. And usually, most of your produce guys haven't tried it either. And they would gladly bust one open and try it with you. That's a great way of trying it for free.
Yeah.
Because trust me, I was a produce guy, and that's how I greatly advanced my palate, was because customers talking about, like, well, I've never tried it myself. Let's take a quality check or something, and you can really advance your palate that way. Like, even with citrus, all the types of mandarins.
Right, your tangerines.
And your tangerines, and, you know, then the difference between the grapefruit or the pomelo and all those things. It's really nice to really have an in-depth palate.
And the only way you can do that is by trying things. We wanted to do one huge, enormous, gigantic shout out. A big shout out.
This one's pretty big.
A fellow in the community. Congratulations to Ryan Reschan, who's better known as StumpyJoeJr, and his brewing collaborator, Robert Masterson. Tell them what they won.
Well, the two of them won the AHA Rally at Stone Brewing and at their World Bistro and Gardens this weekend. And this was the Pro-Am event.
Yeah.
I mean, this is pretty cool. Stumpy Joe Jr. is more known for his rating of beer.
Beer review,
but he is also apparently a fantastic brewer.
Yeah. If you go back and watch some of his videos, and you can look him up on YouTube under StumpyJoeJr. I'll probably put it right down here. He's talked a couple times about his coconut IPA. This is going to be releasing this summer as a collaborative brew with Stone. So how cool is that? And I will be looking for that beer. I'll be getting that beer, which means you, Man Bear Pig,
will be buying
since he's a stone's throw from the Stone Brewery. But I want to mention that really I would encourage you to watch some of the beer reviews, get familiar with some of the other guys out there that are doing stuff. You got Jamison's beer reviews. Jamison's a very good brewer as well. You know, you've got Chris on the East Coast. He actually does brewing. Master of Hoppets. He also brews beer. So a lot of these beer reviewers are actually guys that have been brewers and made some pretty good beers. Master of Hoppets is actually doing a collaboration brew with a brewery in the UK. He's just flown over there recently. So, yeah, expand your palate, expand your brewing capability, go out there and have fun, and definitely enjoy the fruits of your labor.
That's true. And don't forget, guys, this weekend, March Madness has begun, and I'll be rooting for my team and not yours.
Fortunately, the Ducks are doing very well. All right, well, from Kevin
and Christian,
happy Homebrew Wednesday.
see you guys later. Yep.